Hello?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Are you there? Are you there? I mean, I'm on the bus. I'm on the bus.
We're there.
If you know your comedy,
Have it on.
if
Sorry.
you know your comedy shows, you know what that one's from. Answers on a postcard, people. I'm on the bus. Can you hear me? I'm on the bus. Never mind. So, which one of you is AA, Ron?
That's me.
Right. That's one of my funniest clips. Have you seen that? You probably get that all the time, don't you?
Oh no, yes. Well, the actual, yeah.
It's the substitute teacher, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he reads all the names out wrong, and he goes, "Hey, Ron," and then he loses his shit and says, "If anyone else starts being funny, that's it. I'm going to beat you up or something."
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, where's the rest? There's not only two of you, is there? There's more than two of you.
Well, technically there is, but there won't be soon. There'll be more. There'll be a full
In the recruiting process.
yes.
Right, cool. Because I was reading some stuff about you, and I just said to Janice, "You don't look old enough." Did you form in 2015?
So originally, yes, like
Oh.
it was me and like some other geezers, but they all went to uni.
Yeah, that's what happens, doesn't it? And I said to Janice, they can't be old enough to have formed in 2015. They don't look old enough to be 2010 years in the making. So you're from Norwich, is that right?
Yeah, like lower stuff, right on the east coast, but like we kind of base ourselves more like I suppose in the Norwich area when we're doing stuff.
Why not? Why not? It's all good stuff, isn't it? So you're recruiting more band members as we speak, then, by the sounds of it.
Yes, it's been a weird few years.
Yeah.
You know, people.
Tell me about it.
Revolving door.
Yes, it's a big revolving door.
Oh.
But
Well,
yeah,
it's life, isn't it? People come and people go. For whatever reason, they decide to go and do their own thing, and I can understand it. I can understand you can get to a certain point with whatever you're doing that you love, and then at some point it gets to you, and you go, "I've just had enough." You know, you often look at these massive bands and think, "Why are they splitting up? Why are they splitting up? We've got everything," but it's not everything, is it? Do you know what I mean? Because you want different things and infighting and all that nonsense as well. And then life happens. People have kids. They go, or if you start young like you, they go to uni. Then they get girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, and then off they go with them, and they can't be bothered doing the band, and then they have kids. So life gets in the way sometimes of doing the shit we want to do.
so true.
That's it. Band politics.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
well.
Lots of different things.
I'll get off my soapbox. So your track is track of the month because we didn't have a track. Not saying this, we didn't have a track of the month this month, and then when I heard that track, I said, "Well, this should be track of the month." So we decided to have it as track of the month. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, well, I thought that you know that reprobate dear Ryan Redwood.
Yes, absolutely. What a man! What a man!
I know Ryan Redwood. It rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Ryan Redwood. Yeah, where he's saying, yeah. So he's commenting on here. Yeah, so sorry, I'm just reading some of the stuff because there's some of them. Because I said he was in the virtual green room having some beers, and I said it costs us a fortune. Because we've had aquariums in the virtual green room, we've had KFC buckets of chicken in the virtual green room, we've had all sorts. And I kept saying to Janice, "This is costing me a virtual fortune. Pack it in." Oh man, it's wonderful. We like your track. It's perfect because the track that we play at the start of the show has to hit you in the face. Sometimes some really well accomplished tracks, and I just say to Janice, "No, it's not. It doesn't hit you, and your track does hit you." So what have you got planned this year? Then have you got any gigs sorted out? Festivals, doing EPs?
Well, once we get that one member that allows us to be able to gig, we will be getting them gigs in festivals, hopefully wherever we can play. And
Ryan's available.
He is. Yeah. If he was a drummer, that would be great.
He can pretend, can't he? He can pretend.
He can. Yeah, that is true.
Oh, brilliant! Well, I wish you success with that. Or you get a decent drummer because it's important, isn't it? Important.
Yes,
it's important.
That's very true. I always say drummers like the in a way like the heartbeat. I don't know. Some would say if you have a bad drummer, you have a bad band. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I can't play the drums. I mean, I've got a drum kit in for the and I've got drum sticks, and I air drum. I'm an amazing air drummer, and I need to learn. I need to learn. I know there's a big difference because I've had 3 drum kits in here, and every time I go, "Oh, I thought it was brilliant, but that sounds crap." So I'm thinking. My wife's told me I've got to go and have some lessons. She said I want you to learn the drums. So there you go.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
It's fun. It's fun, to be fair.
But you're right. Why I mentioned that, and you mentioned about the drums, I think I've just got this big fixation about drummers and drums on tracks. Because you're right, it sets the mood. Not saying anything else is no good, but it sets the mood. It obviously sets the rhythm, it sets the tone, and it just adds, with a good drummer, it really adds something. So I hope you get a decent one.
Unfortunately, good drummers seem to be a bit like unicorns.
Yes.
Well, you do live in, like, you know what I mean. You don't live in the epicenter of music and drummers, do you? Really?
That makes it doubly worse. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you might as well be on the Isle of Skye or something like that. You know, it's like in the middle of nowhere, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? If you was in Birmingham, you'd probably be falling over drummers, or Manchester or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So that's the issue that you've got. So maybe you should do a TikTok campaign and try and get people interested in coming drumming and show them what Norwich looks like and all the nightlife they can endure there. Because we was talking to a band the other week and they were moving to Norwich.
Really?
Were they?
Yeah, because they spend a lot of time over there, and I think they gig a lot of times. There's a wherever they were going, there's a venue that they play there, they like playing there, and they've got family there, so they go there a lot. And I think they're talking about moving there. So yeah. Cool. I've never heard anyone do that before, but that's... So what? I'm presuming you're working. What do you do for work?
Oh, you first, Joe. What do you do? It's more interesting than mine.
I don't know about that. I work as a family opticians, and I work kind of in the laboratory, cutting lenses and a bit of admin work, that kind of thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, make glasses basically.
Yeah, cost a bleeding fortune. I bought 2 pairs last year, and it cost me nearly 500 quid.
Yeah, that's the way that's going. Come to us, we'll save some money.
There you go, people. Go to it. Don't go to Specsavers; they'll rip you off. Go to wherever he is in Norwich, and if you can play the drums, even better.
Yeah, I'll do a deal.
So, what do you do then?
I work for a supermarket, delivering people's shopping in a van.
Oh, cool! With all the trays and that.
Yeah.
For all the lazy bastards that can't be asked going to the shops. But everyone's got lazy, haven't they? I saw one. I saw a cracker yesterday, right? And he went, looks like me Uber Eats delivery is walking. So he messaged him and said, "Are you walking?" He went, "Yeah, but I'm a fast walker." So someone quite rightly says, here's him slagging him off, and he can't be asked to walk to wherever he's getting his food from and come back again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That is mad.
Yeah, he was walking. Uber walks. It won't be warm when he gets there. Uber walks. Wonderful. Now there's a question I like to normally ask, but it's no point with just 2 of you, but I'll ask it you anyway. If there was a zombie apocalypse, which band member would die first?
Definitely me. I will put that straight out there. My attention span is like 5 seconds.
Oh, brilliant. I'll say it every time. Whenever we ask that question, the reaction is instantaneous, the same person.
Yes.
And normally the person who's going to die puts his hand up or says it's me.
I've accepted it. I already know it'll be me.
It'll be the bass players.
So, because this is obviously a serious muso interview. So, I don't do football. So, do you support Norwich?
I do.
You do, don't
you?
You're I probably shouldn't tell you.
No, yeah.
But...
Go on then. What do you do? No, what?
Brian, he'll tell you. No, Liverpool.
That's fine. That's not wrong with that. My wife's a Liverpool fan, so
it's
not a problem.
There we go.
I'm from Manchester. She's from Liverpool. There you go.
Oh.
So I don't do football, but City if I'm pushed, and she's a red. So there you go. So Norwich then. So Delia, are you a big fan of Delia then?
Well,
she had kids this year.
She did.
She's gone now, though. Sadly, I mean, it was nice to keep it local, keep it.
Oh,
nice. Yeah, she's family. Keep it in family, like as Norwich do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a low gene pool, people. If you're watching from anywhere else on the planet, I'm not casting aspersions, but go to the Fens and see what it's like there, because like everyone's got about 5 thumbs. And let me introduce you to my wife, and my sister, and here she is.
Yeah.
It's like the Fens is like the rednecks of the UK, isn't it? There we go. Anyway, sorry, I've gone off on one now. Ian Gallagher's in the room. Oh, this is a brilliant one. So your gigs, is there any funny incidents or sorry, I'll rewind that. Is there any disasters that's happened at any of your gigs? Because normally they've become quite comical.
Oh, that's a good question. That. To be fair, since we've been playing together, not necessarily.
No, it's been all right.
Very much.
We had the first one I ever did with the band was quite funny. I'm not mentioning any names, but the headliners didn't know we were playing, for one. They sent through a rider to us thinking we were the tech people.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably the funniest instance I can think of, because there's stuff that, like...
They had some interesting requests,
yeah.
Put it that way.
Do you know what? I'd have had fun with that, because I'd have given them abuse back. No, you
should have done, to be honest.
You shouldn't have back. No, you can't have that, you divas, and this, that, and or whatever. Yeah. Or, do you know what I mean? Or whatever they ask for, send something else more ridiculous, like it's dead cheap or something. And then when they turn up and kick off, won't be you. You could be sniggering in the corner going, there you go.
Yeah.
That'd have been brilliant.
We should have played on that a bit more.
We should have done, really.
See, you should be there. You've got to think of these things on the fly as you go.
That's it. I would now, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'll be straight on that. But...
Reason why I asked that question, I ask that a lot because they normally turn the funny things, and that's great. And they're a good talking point, because at the time, disasters can happen and you think it's the world's ending. But that is funny. I love that. Reason why I asked it as well, because Ian Gallagher from Gallagher's reminded me. So they did a gig once, and the sound guy was an hour late. And his excuse was he got stuck in traffic, but he came on a skateboard.
Oh no!
Do you know what I mean? What sort of excuse? What was he smoking? I'm an hour late. I got stuck in traffic on my skateboard. I mean, you couldn't make it up, could you? And that's a true story.
He's on sound.
Yeah, exactly.
True story. So, what's your plans then when you get your drummer? What do you envisage doing? Are you going to stay local in Norwich, or are you going to spread out to other far-flung corners of the UK?
Spread out really and get into different cities and different places, and because I just feel like in East Anglia, it seems like you get stuck here very easily if you're not careful. You have to try and force your way out and play other places.
Yeah, and I've been doing a bit of piss taking and taking a mickey, but it's bizarre because we're not a million miles away from you in the Midlands, but it's one of the most boring drives over there. Seriously, I'm not slagging it off. Might be a reason why you get stuck over there. And I do a bit of van driving sometimes, and when they give me over that neck of the woods, I'm like, oh my god, I wish you'd have sent me up to Cumbria. Do you know what I mean? Because it seems to take you a lifetime to get there, because it's a lot. When you get there, it's all flat, and it just seems to take forever to get there and get back. And if anyone's, they were a ride out the other week, and they said they were going over that side. I went, well, good luck to you, lads. I'm not going. I'll stay here. But I think what happens is you almost become isolated, because you know what I mean. It's almost like you're detached from the UK, even though you're there. And I think that probably puts people off coming, and probably puts you guys off leaving. It's a bit like going around Wales, isn't it? But it's a bit more scenic. You look on the map and you think, oh, that's not far. In Wales, it takes you ages to get anywhere. So I think that sort of thing will prevent you moving around. And it's not like if you was in places like Bristol or Manchester or Liverpool or Birmingham, where your venues, you've got, you don't have to go far, and you're in another town, aren't you? You know what I mean? You're not from Birmingham, you're half an hour from Coventry, so you've got a whole new set of people. And same with Manchester, you've got Bolton, you've got Wigan, you've got Stockport, you've got all those. So I think that's one of the things you'll suffer with, is where you are and what's around you.
Yeah, that's it.
Basically, what I'm saying is, fucking move.
Yes. I was about to say, a lot of people that have made it, probably they've moved away to London or to other cities. Otherwise, it's just never. They say they're never going to actually get anywhere around here, which
that's it.
I get where they come from.
Yeah,
it's like North Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That is actually quite a good comparison.
No, it's good though. So what's good about Norwich? Because I've slagged it off, and I'm just taking the proverbial. I don't mean it, but what is good about Norwich? Is it something you think? Well, this is really good round here. Or we do this, or that nightlife, or whatever it is. What is any good? Is any positives?
I'd say like I feel like there is actually quite a lot of bands around here, to be fair. Like the actual quality in like musicianship or like bands and music and stuff is actually pretty good. It's just I think it's just that they just all get stuck in the same routine, playing the same like pubs every weekend.
Right.
But then the people are lovely. People are lovely. Depending on where you go, there'll be people that always want to like listen to your stuff, even if it's original. A lot of people, if you're like playing to that place, they obviously like to hear like a well-known song. But there'll be some places you play where they love to hear the original stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
suppose it's the same anywhere, really. But it's
No, yeah, you think you're right. We went to Guernsey last year to see Coastal Fire Department. They put a gig on. There's a good music scene there, and people going around. So it's very similar because it's a little island. So that'd be very similar to where you are. I was laughing. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the comment from Ryan Redwood because obviously
brilliant.
I've been a bit abusive, and he went, "I did it for 2 years running for Duggy Fest. Remember, Kirk? Lucky, lucky I like you." Ah, yeah.
Brilliant. What a man! What a man!
Put it on the map. Let's get Norwich on the map. Let's make it. Let's make it a muso centre, and I'm sure you'll do that and get it rocking. And
I think that would be marvellous.
so, is there any local festivals near you? What's the festivals? Is there anything around that area?
You've been there. There's one, the First Light Festival in Lowestoft on the beach. They literally have it on the beach.
Oh,
and like
nice! Now you're talking.
yeah,
I suppose first light, not first light. You just said first light. Latitude.
yeah, latitude.
Latitude's only down the road.
That's true. That's like in.
I'll take it all back. Take it all back. Lovely.
There's a few bits around here. Like
bits.
in Norwich, there's quite a few at like a couple venues. Can't think of the names of them now.
Neither can I.
There's a venue called Brickmakers, and they have like this every year. They've always got some stuff going on. Brickfest, and then what was there last year? There was like a few different ones.
Good question.
I can't think.
I can't remember. They pull a few big names there as well. Every now and
they
again.
do. To be fair,
Nice.
sometimes
Nice.
that's pretty
Brilliant.
all right.
Brilliant.
Too bad.
Not too bad, yeah.
So what influenced you both into your music?
Sure, that's a big question.
Good question.
Goodness me.
It was probably mum and dad for me. We've got a musical family, so it's kind of got a guitar when I was young and went from there. I didn't
Nice.
quite acquire the same musical taste, but yeah.
True.
Well,
Right.
in some respects, you shouldn't, should you? Because it'll be totally different. Generational taste changed, doesn't it? I'm a weirdo because I actually go with the flow. I'm into all sorts. One of my go-tos is drum and bass, or you know what I mean, liquid drum and bass. That's one of my go-tos. Bang that on, love it to bits. Put it on my wife. Think, what is this? Don't worry about it, love. It's a bit of drum and bass. There you go. And then. You know what I mean? It's like, but my lad got into that. And then the flip side, he's listening to stuff from the 70s and 80s and go, and I love this. I used to love this back in the day. In fact, here you go. I've got it as a single on a vinyl. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's very, very weird. Very, very, very strange.
Best way to be.
That's true.
Feeling Supersonic Festival. That's what Ryan's just said. So that must be another one.
There's probably loads.
Yeah, there'll be loads. Ryan will know them all because he's
he know everyone.
He's got the connect.
he's a bit of a festival nerd. Is Ryan?
Yeah.
Don't tell him.
No, he knows it. I'd say it's a good thing.
But he's a good lad. He's a good lad. He's bang on. So going back to your band member, have you been interviewing people? Are you close to it, or are you still looking, still searching?
Yeah, I'd say we're basically there, aren't we?
Pretty much.
We're in the stage. See how now it's gonna go.
Just get together in a practice room
Yeah.
and start bashing out some songs.
and see if he's all right. Hey, listen, do yourself a favour. Don't just take him because it's a bit thin on the ground. Make sure he's right, because no, I'm serious, because you'll only get pissed off in a few months going, we told you he's shit and we've still took him. Now we're stuck with him and now we've got to tell him to piss off. So just if he's not right, don't take him on. Just crack on. Something will turn up right. Brilliant.
Yeah, I've said the same thing though. Like I feel like personality is almost more important than quality, really.
Yeah.
If they're like, they can be really, really good at what they do, but if they're like a nightmare to work with, then it's just not going to work, is it?
No, bang on. And that with any team, the team needs to gel together. Not everyone has to be the same because that's boring.
Exactly.
but you have to fit together as a team. So you can have someone who's a bit wacky and someone who's quiet and all the rest of it, as long as it all slots together. Yeah. So you're right. Personality is definitely key, and whether you gel with that people, I can virtually meet most people, and I can despise them on sight. And then if they were absolutely brilliant, there's no point in working with them, is there? Do you know what I mean? There's no point in even doing anything with them because they're not right for you. And all too often we just work with people for the sake of it. There's a bloke called Barnaby that wants to drum for them. I think he's taking the piss, isn't he?
I think he might be.
Well, straight away, the name, you've got to change that if he's coming in the band. We can't have a band member called Barnaby Bear, can we? Because that's probably what you're referring to.
He needs stage name.
What a man. But you know what? I think we need to make, what do you call it? A mascot called Barnaby. Band mascot. And it's going to be called Barnaby.
It's obviously an in-joke, but even so, we can rock with it. I'm not bothered what you throw at us.
You know what? I'll be honest. I don't even know what it means.
Oh, I was going to ask that. Go on.
I know. Obviously, like I know where it's coming from, but I don't even know what it's all about. I'm just there.
Yeah, crack over that. I meant to ask you this right at the start, and Ryan, who's turned into my second producer here, he says, "Oh, Kirky," he didn't say this. Hey, Kirky boy, dickhead, ask him what does AJQJ stand for?
Well, that's a very good question. I'll take a few guesses. Go on. I bet you'll get it.
Well, I'm dyslexic, so straight away I'm screwed. Because do you know what I mean? AJQJ. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, it could be initials for people, or it could be like a what's name? You know what I mean? When you have...
Well, you got it in one. Basically, I wish it was more interesting, but when the band first started, we couldn't think of a name, and we had like a gig coming up, and we were like, oh, we need a name, and one of the members was like, why don't we just like go with our initials? But in doing that, it just stuck. It literally just.
Well, I've got a question now. Whose name starts with Q?
Well, his name was Quinlan.
Did it start with a Q?
Yeah, Quinn.
Oh, okay.
I know.
So you like the Norwich answer to ABBA, AJQJ. I quite like it. Now, what you need to do is come up with a wacky story around the AJQJ and have different ones. So when you get
that's what I was going to do, to be fair, but
different answer every time.
Yeah. So when you get into different times, say, oh, it relates to quantum physics and all that sort of shit, and drag all sorts in there. Because the other thing is when you get your other band members, well, even now it's defunct, isn't it? Because what should it be now? What letters should we have left? A for Aaron and J, is it? A and J?
J, yeah.
To be fair, it's still half working, but
AJ.
We'll just change drummer's name, will we?
That's it.
AJ, you could only have a drummer that starts with Q, and then you need another band member that starts with J. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, I think we've took enough of your time. Is anything I've not asked you what to get out there? Is you want anything you want to promote? Where can people find you? Where do you hang out?
Good question. Basically, we're on every single social media call with our name is, I think it's AJQJ Band, because AJQJ is taken apparently. Might have to, make a couple calls.
Make a couple calls.
God knows I was taken already. But when I realised it was taken.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the comments here.
Brilliant.
Now, Ryan Redwood has come back on. See, he's very active tonight. I wish he'd be like this every week. He said you could have the B from Barney, because you take Barney. Now, listen to this. Your new band name is AJBJ.
I think it puts the right signals out there.
It does, to be fair.
But anyway, I think you should keep the name, because that's what you've rocked with. You've got that name, regardless what the origins of it were. Then keep the name.
I think it is kind of a cool story in its own way, because it's like there's just history there, and it's kind of nice to. I feel sometimes if you change the name, you lose all Like
Yeah.
you just lose, and you're like, oh, this doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But I feel the baggage that once was, and I'm still here.
Yeah, but no, it's good because even though the band it was formed around the band member's name, that doesn't mean anything. You just form the name, haven't you? You know, it's a bit like
exactly.
Duggy Stone Radio was formed from something else. I'll tell you the reason behind Duggy Stone Radio. My name's Kurt Pickstone, so Kirk Douglas, Duggy, Pickstone, Stone, Duggy Stone as a DJ type name. That's where that comes from, right? And there's a longer story than that, but that's generally where it comes from. So when we were going to set the radio station up, we wanted a name. So I spent nearly a day and a half searching for radio names and what have you. I already had Duggy Stone set up as a company and all the rest of it. And every time I put a name in, it was already taken. It was either a charity or it was a band or it was and it drove me insane. I thought, well, this is mad. Let's call it Duggy Stone Radio because we've already got a name out there. I've already got a bank account. So that's how that name came about. So some people a lot of people used to call me Duggy. All right, Duggy. And I go, who's Duggy? My name's not Duggy. Oh, that's me. That's me. Do you know what I mean? I used to go networking and people shout, how you doing, Duggy? And I'd be like, who's Duggy? Where's Duggy? Oh, you mean me? That's me. Yeah, that's me. Duggy Stone. Honestly, seriously, for a lot of people, and you meet him, going to go, hey, right, Duggy. And some people don't even know what my name is. They know me as Duggy. And I'm like, Duggy. So
To be fair, rolls off the tongue.
But keep the name because you'll have a presence on the internet. Because I did a search for you before on the old AI, and it came up with a list of stuff. So if you changed it, that wouldn't be there anymore because you've set a presence up, haven't you? You've got something rocking. So keep it. Anyway, I'm going to let you get on with your evening. We're going to carry on playing some music because I'm behind again. But you can tell when interviews rock on longer because when I'm enjoying them, and I've really enjoyed chatting with you. You're
good, thank you.
You're good laugh, good sports, music's awesome, like what you're about. Sorry, Ryan, I was only joking, mate. I love you to bits, and thanks for all your inputs. But get the lads on your podcast and get them promoted.
Yeah,
that'll be
there every day. Yeah,
I keep telling him what to be on it, but he's not invited me yet, so maybe he's not ready for me.
Right, he's not ready.
Maybe it's not ready. Right, I'm going to let you get on with your evening. Thanks for coming on. Let us know what you're doing. Tell Janice when you get your new band member, any information, any gigs you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Any singles you're releasing or tracks or albums or whatever you're doing, let us know. And when we do the show, we'll talk about it. We'll have it on air and we'll let people know. And you're more than welcome to come on again. It's not a one-hit thing. So if you want to come again in the future, tap Janice up and she'll get you back on.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, lads. Love you to
having us.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Good speaking to you.
And you. Let me get my screen back on. Right, that's the lads. Now they're going to go and finish off the beer in the green room, the virtual green room. Drink whatever you want, lads. Have whatever you want. Order anything. It's fine. See you later.
See you later.